I'm kind enough to be joined in studio this morning by our County Commissioner. Terri Jones is in studio for the first time with me. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm great. And you?
I'm sorry I didn't dress up for you too much. I'm dressed in warm clothes.
Well, I have a down vest on, so we're in the same game.
Yeah, I'm doing well though, all things considered, because I actually came when I got to work. I was like, okay, this isn't bad right now. And you've lived here long enough, like I have, where they forecast something and then all of a sudden, you know, we don't get as much, or they don't say we're going to get that much and then we get a lot. So we'll see what happens with this storm. But boy, did it pick up about 6:30, 6:45 this morning. It really started coming down. Now, county is open right now, but sounds like you guys got some decisions maybe down the line.
We'll look at it a little later this morning.
Okay.
And if it continues to get worse, we may consider closing the courthouse noonish or 2. We'll just have to play it by ear.
Let us know for sure, though. Keep us informed, because I've got a list of closures and cancellations and things going here, and you can check out that list at laramie.youtube or on the app, or like us on Facebook. And if you've got anything, let us know. Well, let's talk about what's going on with the county. You guys, let's see, we're in between meetings. You guys had a meeting last week. You'll have a meeting next Tuesday, right?
That's correct.
All right. So I talked with Commissioner Gosar last month. I want to get your perspective on a couple different things. Let's just start first of all with, you know, first couple of months. What's kind of been big in your opinion the first couple of months here in 2019 for the Albany County Commissioners?
Well, of course, what's big in the county right now is working on the Pilot Hill project. Mm-hmm. And it's moving along. It's such a enormous project, and there are so many working parts that it's taking us longer, and us referring to the state of Wyoming. And because we're doing the land exchanges, and they need to do all of the appraisals, and the appraisal process takes a very, very long time. And we're doing so many different parcels, and then you have to have extra parcels in case some of the parcels don't work, and that's put us behind. But I've had an opportunity to talk with Mr. Samuelson. He wants this to be a go, and is being very patient and understanding what the situation is.
Well, and that's been big. I mean, I remember when you guys announced that purchase, and the price tag was steep, and then it went down a little bit after appraisal of the land. And I know I've had Chris Rothfuss, who's the Pilot Hill Project chairman, from that committee on the program updating us, and he was kind of basically saying the same thing. It's this land swap deal with the state lands office that's going to take a little bit longer time for people. I heard some news this week that UW might get involved. What is that news? Can you fill us in a little bit more?
I can tell you a little bit.
Okay.
I have not been in attendance at any of the board meetings.
Okay.
For the UW. We invited the University of Wyoming to be a partner months and months and months ago.
Okay.
And they have been a wonderful partner. They have often provided us meeting places. The Hobbs School has helped us. Lots of different. The president's on board with us because she understands what positive things this can bring to the university. And but it did get announced that the university could be a partner in the land. Mm-hmm. They have not made any decisions on that yet. That's going to be an ongoing process. And
now, is this just like an investment piece to it, or are they actually going to look at putting stuff on the land? I mean,
as what my understanding is, and this is very much like water. It flows around and changes. And,
okay, I got you.
That they would purchase land, and they would use possibly that land to put some water wells on.
Okay.
But I think at this point, it's looking like it'll all be managed as one whole.
Okay. Okay. We're talking with Albany County Commissioner Terri Jones. The Pilot Hill project is absolutely big, and it's been big on your guys' agenda here.
It's been huge.
For the last basically year and a half now, when
It's
Well,
almost,
yeah, coming up on even longer than that now here. We're coming up on what, about 20 months, I think, here on this agenda. The wind project in the northern part of the county, I talked with Commissioner Gosar last month, and he talked a little bit about, you know, how big that will be in terms of aiding your guys' budget. What type of impacts do you feel that can have in a positive and or negative way, depending upon how you look at it, you know, for the county, do you feel?
well, I think it has mostly positive, because we'll end up getting sales tax money from that. There's money that comes from industrial siding, and but that money is only for the short term.
Okay.
And many of the industrial siding people don't want us to benefit greatly, so they don't want to give us more money than they think we need.
Gotcha.
We have received money from other projects, which has gone into hiring and equipping some additional sheriff's deputies.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have deputies that are up in the northern part of the county on a much more regular basis.
Okay.
And so that's a big positive. And also in the county attorney's office, because unfortunately when you have more people, you do have issues with law enforcement on all sides.
Yeah, I certainly understand that. We're talking with Albany County Commissioner Terri Jones, coming up to join me here on this Wednesday edition of Laramie Live on KOWB. Other things that are kind of forefront that maybe county residents might, you know, some residents pay more attention than others, but are there certain things that people need to be kind of aware of that you guys are discussing right now here early in 2019? Anything kind of pop into your mind, Terri?
I'm not having anything just pop in.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on updating our code. I'll use say code of conduct. You might say handbook.
Okay.
And so we're working on that, and hopefully in the next few weeks we'll be able to have it go out for public comment so people can look at it. Mm-hmm. And give us their input if they're interested.
Speaking of public input, you guys at the start of the year, end of last year, start of the year, sent out a little public input on meeting times. And, you know, I was talking with Commissioner Gosar about that. That was something that he ran on. You've been part of this board of commissioners here for a couple years now. What are your thoughts on moving meeting times and maybe doing, you know, one during the day and one during the night, or having that? Where do you kind of come down on that in terms of just trying to make things sometimes a little more convenient for residents?
Well, from my perspective, is that we're an arm of the state government. Mm-hmm. State government does business 8 to 5.
Okay.
The county courthouse does business 8 to 5. It's much better for us to have commission meetings when the courthouse is open. And so I am of the opinion to stand as it has been. I want our employees to be able to go home and have dinner with their families. We've been having very long meetings, and if we start a meeting at, we'll say 9 o'clock because we have a public hearing, we don't get out of there till 4 in the afternoon. If we started that meeting at 5 or 7 at night, we're well after midnight.
Right.
And I think we need to be fresh. We need to be morning fresh to be making those kind of decisions.
Certainly understand that. Other things, obviously, county roads, always a hot topic with county residents. Do you feel like we're at least going in the right direction to help improve more county roads? Because that is a big hot topic with folks out there.
Well, it certainly is. And the industrial siding money will certainly help us with a lot of the roads in North Albany.
Okay.
Roads cost lots of money. You know, that's a big deal. And I don't know if people are familiar, but Albany County has 534 miles of gravel roads.
Wow.
Right. And
that one takes me back even. Okay, all right. Did not realize that. Okay, 534 miles of gravel roads. Okay.
And so there's 299 miles north of Rock River that are gravel roads.
Yeah.
and 235 miles in the Laramie area. So that's just a lot of roads. So and then on top of that we have 43 miles of paved roads. Now on all those roads we have 1,277 culverts.
Okay.
332 cattle guards, 25 bridges, and 3.2 miles of snow fence.
I'm sure there's some people out there would like to see more snow fence out there.
Well, and that certainly can be a possibility because we have partnered with Centennial Woods in putting up more snow fences. And that's at no cost to the county.
Oh, wow.
Centennial Woods puts up the snow fences, maintains the snow fences, and then takes the snow fences down and replaces them, and they use the weathered wood.
Gotcha.
And we've partnered with them in other areas too, so that may be coming.
Lastly, before I let you go, and we're going to get this kind of on a monthly basis where we kind of rotate between Commissioner Jones, Commissioner Gosar, Commissioner Richardson, hoping to talk with Commissioner Richardson next month. But other things that county residents are kind of bringing to your attention. Have you heard from residents on any sort of topics that, you know, they feel like you guys need to be addressing? Obviously, roads are big. That's always big and continues to be big. And you just talked about some really major statistics there. But is there anything else that county residents are kind of bringing to your guys' attention right now?
Well, I think that we've had a lot of input from county residents, and I'll use this one for an example, where they were looking at, there was a landowner that was looking at a zoning change out on 130.
Okay.
And I think that it's been made very apparent to us that Albany County doesn't want to get blight. They want to be very careful about not allowing areas to grow blight on our highways, and so I think that's been very interesting and really good input on wanting to make our county look clean and fresh.
Best ways to get a hold of county commissioners, you can go to co.wy.albany.us, and the contact information on the county commissioners page is there for Commissioner Jones. You can call, you can email Commissioner Richardson, Commissioner Gosar. You guys do a good job of responding. What things on the agenda next week? Obviously, probably talking more about the Pilot Hill project, I would imagine.
There'll be a little bit, maybe a little bit of an update on that.
What else is on the agenda next Tuesday?
Well, I'm going to go to pre-agenda as soon as I leave here.
Okay.
And so I'm not sure exactly what's going to be on the agenda for next week.
Well, it always changes. There's no doubt about that. Well, the county's open right now for this Wednesday. That may change depending upon what happens with this snowstorm. Be safe out there, but I greatly appreciate your time this morning.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.